Okay, this first section is where we're going to solve one-step and two-step equations. So you'll see that we have 7x plus x equals 7 plus x equals negative 15. We're going to get the x by itself, so we're going to do the opposite of positive 7 to the other side. So we're going to subtract 7 both sides and see the 7's will cancel out, so I get negative 22 when I combine on the right-hand side. Let's try another one. On number 2, you have 1/3 x equaling negative 6. That means 1/3 times x, so I drew in a multiplication sign. So all you should have to be doing is just dividing by that 1/3. So on your calculators, we're going to type this in. You want to look for this button where it says A with a B/C. That's your fraction button. So if we want to divide negative 6 by that, we would type in negative 6 divided by, and then the fraction I want is 1/3. If I hit enter, you should be getting the answer, which is negative 18. So those problems seem difficult because there's a fraction, but they really aren't, because all you're going to do is just type them in. Okay, let's try one more. Here I have x over 3 equaling 3. All you should have to do is multiply by 3, because that fraction bar means you're dividing. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 3 and end up getting 9. Let's have you try number 4. So pause the video now and do number 4. On number 4, I have x minus 8 equaling 11. So all I'm going to have to do is just add 8 to both sides, and I should be getting 19. Now we're going to move on to two-step equations. I have 2x plus 7 equaling 13. Remember, you want to start with the object that is furthest away from your variable. So I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides, and so that I'm left with 2x on the left side and 6 on the right side. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 2 and end up with my answer, which is 3. Let's try another one together. Here we have negative 4/7 k minus 9 equals 1. I'm going to start furthest away, so that means I want to get rid of this 9 first. So I'm doing the opposite and adding 9 to both sides. So now I have 4/7 k equaling 10. Well, this is just like the problem we did in number 2. Since that means multiply with 4/7 k, I'm going to divide both sides by 4/7. So on my calculator, I would just type in 10 divided by negative 4/7. So again, you want to use that fraction button for your 4/7. And then you should be getting an answer. Mine came up as negative 35/2, which is fine. You could also come up with a mixed number, which would be negative 17.5, or it might be given it to you as a decimal, which would be negative 17.5. All of those would be acceptable because they are exact answers. Okay, I want you to pause the video and try number 7. On number 7, you should be adding 4 to both sides and getting 3x equaling negative 12. Then you should be dividing by 3 and getting negative 4. Let's do one more together here. We have x minus 3 over 2 equals 4. My first step would be multiplying both sides by 2, because this fraction bar means division. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 2, and that will leave me with x minus 3 equaling 8. Then I'm going to add 3 to both sides and end up with an answer of 11. That will conclude the review of one-step and two-step equations. So if you still have questions, please ask them to me or Mr. Gahan. Otherwise, you could go start on the assignment. I also want to point out that I posted another link onto Canvas for more problems, so if you need more practice, that's another place to go.